Game over!
Yo, Toe! Back at you again with another video. So today, I'm gonna do two things onto the Kawzsaki Ninja 400 2019, and that is I'm gonna add some protection to it. So I'm gonna put on the rear spools, and also I'm gonna install well, I don't know what they're called, crash protection, fall protection. Rear spools is just you install the Allen key bolt and that's it. So let me show you what I got in the mail just a few minutes ago so I can do this install today. Ordered off of Amazon. It says here that it fits the Kawzsaki Ninja 400. Oh Lord, it says ABS. I'm non-ABS. Complete, there it is, slide kit black. Frame, all right, so frame sliders. That's what I wanted to say. So I got frame sliders in here. I'm not gonna use the bar ends because I think they're I like the OEM ones a little bit more. And then the swing arm sliders, which is spools. So this is what comes in the package. You have the pucks here, these two pucks. You have these. Then you have these. And obviously the long bolt goes with the long puck, and then the short bolt goes to the short one, and they go directly into the engine mount itself. And then these hold, so these two hold these in place. So they basically go inside like that, and then these go here like that. Well, I think I had it backwards, so it goes like this. So this sticks out, and then this goes here, and it sticks out of the frame of the bike. I'll show you once I get to that part. This goes to the bar ends, which I'm not gonna use, and then these go into the spools. So, real quick, this goes here. I highly recommend you use Loctite so that these don't spin out, but I'm gonna put some Loctite on it real quick, and then put it on the bike. So the socket, the Allen key you'll need is a number 6, and it fits inside of here really good. So let me get on over to the bike. I'm gonna prep it, get it started, and then we should be good from there. So basically you put it on. I did put Loctite, and I don't use a torque wrench. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it on there pretty tight, so I'm not gonna use a torque wrench for this. And I'm just gonna tighten it down by hand. All right, now let's transfer over to this side. Same thing. Let's put this on here, nice and snug. And then we're gonna go over and take off all the fairings to get access to those engine bolts. And then we will be able to put on the frame sliders. I also ordered some case sliders as well, so when those come in, I'll do a video on those as well. So this one here is a 5. See if I can get that to clear up for you. That's a 5, and that's gonna take this back one off. And then this one here is a 4, and that's gonna take this off, this one and this one off. They fit perfect. Yeah. Oh, one more thing. When you take these off, make sure you keep that plastic there. Don't let it come out without the plastic. And try to remember or take photos of where the washers are on these, so that way you can put them back the way they were. So this one is gonna go here, and it's a 4mm also, to get this part loose. And then as you're looking at the fairing, you gotta come up, and then you got to take off this one. And then this is going to give you access to this part, but you have to take off this one as well. And then this whole part is going to slide out. And then I'm going to see what's left to take this part of the fairing off. And then I'm going to have access to that top engine mount right there. So let me take this off, which is a 4, and this off, which is a 4. Now I've taken off this part here, which is, it was covering here. And now what's left is this. If I'm not mistaken, that's a 8. This. And I want to say that's it, but I have a feeling there's more. This is a push tab, which I have here, and it goes right there. This one, that's going to release this side, and there should be 2 underneath here, and then I have to release the headlight, and then that should be the whole fairing on the side of the bike. So I got the fender side fairing off, side fairing, and the bolt I need to take off is this one right here. It's a 14. Where can I show you the 14? It'll focus. There it is, 14. Put this guy in. I got my drill on the out. So this is the short side, which is cool. If I remember correctly, I might need a magnet tip, but I'm gonna just use a flathead if I can. All right, guys, so I got it out. It's no longer in there. It's right here in my hand. I highly recommend you do not, I repeat, do not get rid of your OEM bolts. Hang on to them, because you never know if you're gonna need them in the future, I mean. So I'm gonna take the short one that's gonna go on the right side of the fairing, and this puck, this is gonna go inside. Oh, I think I messed up. Oh no, it's gonna go like that. So let me grab the 6mm Allen key and the short bolt, and then this goes in here. And you want to line it up. I'd rather you do it with your hand than use a gun to put it on, because you don't want to strip the case or engine bolt. So if I was you, I'll just do it real slow, take my damn time to put it on, and then you want to get it started. All right, I need 2 hands because I need this to face down when the fairing goes back on the bike. And then I'm gonna tighten this down with a torque wrench. I have one. I'm just gonna go grab it real quick, tighten it down, and then come back. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the fairing back on the bike. Clearly I can't record this, but I'm gonna put everything back on this side except the bottom cowl, this part here. And then I'm gonna go to the other side and put that in that side frame slider on. So let me mount that real quick. I pretty much got it loose, which is in there. But when you try to take this off, you got to pay attention to this, because it's gonna want to fall down. You have to reuse that again. So I'm gonna take out the socket and show you what I mean. It's gonna want to fall. Yeah, I'm gonna need 2 hands. Damn it! I wanted to show you guys, but it's not falling. So let me get it out, and then I'll show you what I mean as far as it trying to fall. Okay, so it just fell out. So if you look, it goes here, and it fell out once I grab the magnet, but whatever. So it's out. So when you put this longer spacer in here, it goes all the way in, this goes here, and then the bolt goes in, right? But don't push it in all the way. You need to put this spacer back and then push the bolt through like that. And then now you can tighten this down. I recommend you do it by hand first, and if it seems like it's snagging a lot, come out and then go back in again. So I got that in. Let me start to tighten it down. And also what I did on the other side is I put the fairing back on just to see how it lines up to where I want it to stick out a certain way or a certain height out of the fairing. So what I did to that side, I'm going to do to this side just to make sure that they match and there's not like it's not offset. So yeah, so I'm going to tighten this down just a little bit. Okay, so you see how it just turned like that? So what I'm going to do, now that it's snug, I'm going to get the fairing, I'm going to put the fairing on and see where the puck is going to line up outside of the hole on where the puck is supposed to go. Because I want it to make sense as far as the alignment of it. One more thing, when I took off this side fairing, these two they clip onto the fairing. So I had to unclip these in order to take the fairing off. And obviously the light switch, the turn signal switch. I had to clip that off, and then everything came off exactly the way it did on the other side. So now I can put this all back together. And yeah, so let me put it all back together, only because I don't have a camera person or a stand. And then I'll show you guys what it looks like once it's done. Showed you what it looks like installed. So that's the inside. That Allen bolt is torqued down to 39 inch-pounds, and then the puck sticks out like that. I wanted it to be at an angle. Some people have it facing more forward, some people have it facing more straight down, but I wanted it more further back, only because if the bike falls, I don't want it to be like this. I want it to be more. So this is the bike straight on. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it's a little back at an angle. It's back some. Same thing with the other side. So side profile, this is what it looks like sticking out the side. So if the bike were to fall, I don't know if you can see, but that's the foot peg, and it sticks out further than the foot peg. But in the back, that spool is now sticking out further enough, so that foot peg would be affected first. But instead of the rear axle nut, it'll be this spool. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you.